Hey guys, I'm at the Woodshed Barber, and welcome to another episode of the SOB podcast. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about the Teab MORONO mashup, their collaboration of sorts. We're going to be talking about the new wall clipper, the Super Taper X. We're going to be talking about a barber station scenario, seeing what you guys think about that. And believe it or not, we're going to relate barbers to Shador Sanders. Let's get into this.
This is the barbershop, Cornerstone neighborhood.
So, got a lot on the table right now. Just got reviews. I've got stockpiling ready to come out. It's been a busy life here lately. It's starting to get warm enough to open up the pool, so I've got that going on. Busy life. It is what it is. Good stuff. But first topic for tonight, well, I'm going to actually put this out there for you guys and see what you think about it. I've got a barber station scenario that pretty much was me leaving my garage setup and coming to my shop. And it's fine. It's okay, but I just don't like it. I like floating shelves. I like having stuff off the floor. And I'm also very purposeful with what I do. So this just isn't a permanent scenario that works for me. So I'm going to be building a custom barber station. If you guys don't know, I'm a hobby woodworker. It's kind of one of a dozen hobbies I have. But I'm going to be building it from scratch, from plywood and wood that you get at the store to finishing it, and everything's going to have drawers. If you guys have any interest in seeing that, let me know down below. I don't know if any of you guys are into this, but there's something very personable about making something your own. And I'm going to have some ideas and some concepts of, ways to stash away cords, having a place where you can put your clippers on the wall. I like having things on the wall. Easy to grab. You're not having things tucked away in big, drawers, but this will have drawers as well. But it's also going to be a floating unit. So yeah, I'll explain it more if I do this. But let me know if you guys would like to see something like that. This is a barber channel, but it's woodworking that pertains to barbering. So let me know. So the first bit of barber news is we've seen the Super Taper X drop from Wahl. And I'm going to give you guys my initial thoughts on it. Whenever I first saw it leaked, I was curious. It's like, okay, what's Wahl doing? What are they up to? And since then, I've seen it in the hands of some barbers, seen it turned on, what it sounds like, up close. It's not a set like I was hoping maybe it'd be. And guys, I'm going to be real. I'm not impressed. It's a new blade. That's all it seems like it is. It looks like a magic clip that's got a paint job. It sounds awful. I don't know, man. Once again, whenever a company like Wahl just starts repainting things, not giving us new innovations, all that stuff, it's going down the same hole the Oster went down. I don't know how many versions of the fast feed, and look, I'm not dogging the fast feed, it's a great clipper, but how many color code versions of the fast feed in the 76 Oster tried to hang their hat on. It's not a good sign whenever they're not trying to do new things. Now granted, Wahl's not completely there. They got the high vis, they made the Vapor. I think the Vapor was a great clipper, but they abandoned it. The way they may think that they're going a certain direction, and they come out with their next clipper that's just, I don't know if it's just me, but it's the same clipper. The Wahl Sterling 4, the Magic Clip, the Designer, it's the same clipper. The Senior is different because it has a different motor and a different casing, but it's still the same clipper. It's the same look. It's the same look. They just have got a new finish, a new paint job on it. And looking at the clipper blade, it honestly looks like they just took a Wahl blade and just took it to a grinder and just grinded it into a T-shape. That's the only difference I see. I don't see any functionality difference. I don't see a click lever. I don't see an extra stretch bracket. I mean, it's just Wahl doesn't do things differently. And they used to be one of my favorites, man. I used the Wahl Senior for years and years and years. And with the Barber, and this is the thing, it'd be different if the Barber culture was the way it was then, but it's not. It's changed and it's become innovative. You've got pushers out there pushing this industry forward, and Wahl's fine sitting back and doing nothing. I'm not impressed. I mean, technically, Wahl has 4 clippers. They got the Vapor, the Senior. Okay, 5. They got the Vapor. They've got the Senior. They've got the Detailer, the High-Vis, and these other ones that are just the same. The Magic Clip Sterling 4, Super Taper X. I don't know, man. So Wahl used to be one of my favorites, and it's gotten to the point to where I don't even have a Wahl tool on my station anymore. Take that back. I've got 2 Wahl tools on my station. The Wahl Premium 1 guard and Wahl Premium half guard. And I keep it there just because I like the way it cuts sometimes. It's sad. It really is. But things change. Something to get used to. Guys, why don't you comment down below? Let me know what you think about the Super Taper X. I'm just being real. Like I'm not trying to suck up to any companies. I'm just not impressed. I would love to work with Wahl if they'd even listen to anything, but just very much not impressed, guys. So moving on from a company that's not doing any kind of innovation at all to 2 guys who do quite a bit of it. I'm talking about the Teab and Morano collab. And, you know, I'm not going to say I don't like Morano. It's just, I've seen some of his live videos. Sometimes he kind of rubs me the wrong way. Maybe it's just because I have a sense of humor and I understand what parody is. And TPOB does not rub me the wrong way. I don't like some of the stuff he says. I don't agree with him on everything, but I don't mind the dude. He's playing a part. He's being the pissed off barber. What do you expect him to be? Throwing bouquets at people? Like, he's being who he said he was. And I don't agree with him on everything. He has kind of taken some shots at some guys I really like. But dude makes great tools. I'm not going to not review tools. But there's the Teab and Morano collab. And I am extremely interested in this because Morano seems like, and whenever I said it, I'm not saying I don't like him. It's just he has the, sometimes he sounds like he's a bullshitter. Tell me if that makes sense. But sometimes it's like, no, this is just what this dude sounds like. You know, I don't think he's selling bullshit. I think it's just, he has that air about him. And maybe it's just me. I don't know. I'm not going to sell the guy short. I'm wide open watching what's happening. Apparently they're doing some trimmer blades together. Maybe even some, clipper blades together. I love what T-Pop's doing, man. I'm loving the direction he's taking his tools. I cannot wait to see what comes next. The Go is going to be, I think, probably just as popular, if not more popular than the Play. I don't know. That's saying a lot. The Play is an amazing tool. So we'll see what happens with this, man. I'm all ears. I'm all eyes. I'm watching it. I'm listening to it. We'll see what happens. I don't know a whole lot more about it than what we've just seen leaked. Them 2 talking about each other and doing stuff together. But I mean, Morano can cut. He's got some. He's got a lot of good things going for him. T-Pop with his tools, and I'm interested. So there's that. The next topic. Now, sometimes there's just not a whole lot to talk about on here, so I'm just gonna try to relate things to barbering as I can. And who knows? This might be a future segment. The barbershop topic of the week has without doubt been Shador Sanders. You know, I'm a big college football fan. I'm definitely a more college football fan than I am pro. But I'm going to share what I think and see how I can relate it to barbering. So this is going to be interesting. So people asking, why did Shador slide? They thought he was going to be in the first 3 to 5 picks. Then it turned into maybe pick 21 with the Steelers. Then it's just like, oh, he may not even be selected in the first round. You know, the Giants traded up. They thought it was going to get him. They got Jackson Dart instead. Crazy stuff happening. Well, I'll tell you what I think happened, me personally. For one thing, we got to look at things through different viewpoints. This is the NFL draft. The way that this works is every team, 32 teams, every team has got their board. The guys that they want to go through, if they're available, you know, they're going to make moves, whatever. They've got their board. They don't share their boards. They don't. They don't make public their boards. They have meetings with people and that ends up getting leaked out, but they don't do that. And most of the pundits that we see, whether it be Mel Kiper or Stephen A. Smith, these dudes, what they're doing is they're sharing what their best estimate is of what they think will happen. Now, sometimes they get it way off, like this time. I don't think he was on people's boards. I think that between bad interviews, the fact that he's not his daddy. Look, man, Deion Sanders, I'll go ahead and say this. Deion Sanders is not just a great Hall of Fame player. He is the GOAT for his position. Defensive back, corner, there's nobody I would take above him. Like, I'm talking about Sherman, Revis, great corners. But corners all bow down to King Deion. Deion is the guy. So you're not just talking about a great player, you're talking about the greatest player at his position, in my opinion, in football. You can have a crazy amount of ego and be that dude. That's fine. Deion backed up his talk. 100%. So Shador comes in. Now, granted, he didn't play at Florida State like his daddy. Whenever Deion was at Florida State was like, championship competitive team. They didn't win with him, but they were competing for that. So Shador comes in, Jackson State, plays for his dad. I ain't gonna say a red flag, but already a flag to be like, hey, he's playing for his dad. His dad's coaching him along, whatever. Goes to Colorado, wins 4 games, loses a bowl game. This next year, wins, 9 games? 8 games, 9 games, something like that. Loses a couple games, loses the bowl game. We're not talking about apples to apples here. We're talking about apples and oranges. Shador's a quarterback. You can be a defensive back and be about that ego and be an island unto yourself. You can do that and be a DB. You can't do that and be a quarterback. A quarterback is the leader of the team. The squad backs him up. The quarterback is the leader of the team. And following ego that, for one, has not been earned. Okay, if you think it's been earned, let me say this. He broke records at Colorado. Cool. Name a good quarterback that has come from Colorado. There you go. Whenever I look at, and Caleb Williams is better in my opinion, but whenever I look at Shador, I see Caleb Williams 2.0. I see a good, talented guy. And now, look, he's got great timing, great throws, whatever. But I see a good, talented dude that is not a physical phenom like his daddy, has baggage with his daddy, who already said that he wasn't going to let him go to some teams. Big red flag there. And whenever it came to him playing teams, he racked up big numbers against nobody teams. And then whenever he faced real teams, real adversity, the kind of players you're going to be meeting in the league, What happened? He lost. To me, I'd rather go for like, and I can't stand Ohio State. Let me just go ahead and say that. I hate the Buckeyes. But I'd rather go get a Will Howard who, yeah, he may not have all the accolades and stuff like that, but whenever it came to him playing adversity, dude won. I know it's not just a one-man sport, but he won. He pushed his team to win. He played with ferocity, and this is what he did. All that aside, how am I going to relate this to barbering? Well, it's all about expectations. The reason everybody got upset is that Mel Kiper, who, by the way, has missed a lot of... He said that Ryan Leaf was going to be great, that Jake Locker was going to be great. Like, I'm sorry, he gets a lot of stuff wrong. If he was really so good at his job, he wouldn't be working for ESPN. He'd be a GM for an NFL team. Just saying that. But all these pundits had Shador set to be this big thing. And Shador was thinking he was too. The teams didn't matter. They had their board. They had their opinion set. Didn't matter what he thought, what all the pundits thought. It wasn't that it was unfair, it's just that the pundits were wrong. They were wrong. They were off. They really missed it. Teams apparently, because of his baggage, because of his physicality, all that stuff, his issues, think of him as a backup. Now, if you've got a backup and his daddy is Dion, do you want that smoke? Do you want to draft a dude that's got Daddy Dion barking up your tree? Whenever you just want him to be a backup? No, you don't want that. And if you're like, oh, dude, all that matters in the NFL is winning. Okay. Put it like this. So I'm a Titans fan. And we've got quarterback issues, trust me. And I'm hopeful for Cam Ward, but we'll see. But if they said, hey, we're bringing in a veteran, who do you want? We got Aaron Rodgers. We got Kirk Cousins. In the numbers, Aaron Rodgers is a much better quarterback than Kirk Cousins. But Kirk Cousins, what he's got going for him is that every team he goes to and every team he leaves, he's left the locker room more stable and better than how he found it. He doesn't have a whole lot of ego. He serves the team. This is how I'm going to relate this to barbers. A lot of you guys get hyped in barber school. Get hyped maybe because you're the best barber in a small town or even the best barber in a big town. It doesn't really matter what you think about yourself if your customers, the ones who it actually matters to, aren't leaving happy. You're not there to serve your ego. You're there to serve the customers. If they want a number 4 buzz cut with no taper and a rounded squoval looking neckline on the back, you can suggest to them to try something different, a little bit more stylish. And if you've earned their trust, maybe they'll listen to you. But if they don't want that, what do? You give them what they want. So all that said to say, a lot of you barbers sometimes, and I'm not meaning this like talking down to you guys at all, but some barbers also don't realize that they may have all this talent, but they're bad for the locker room. They show up late to work. They cut with music in their ear and not talking to customers. They may be sick with the clippers, but they're terrible with customer service. Give me the barber who is a 6 at cutting, but a 9 with customer service, over a guy who is a 10 at cutting, but is a 4 with customer service. Give me this dude every time. Give me the Kirk Cousins, because he's going to help build my shop. You can learn more skill. Absolutely. You can't learn personality. I've never seen it done. I've never seen somebody completely shift personality and drop ego unless they had to get humbled. That's the only time I've seen it happen. So I think what happened the other night was Shador got humbled. Now he's in the league. Where you went in the draft doesn't matter. 2 of the best quarterbacks of all time who have probably the most records and highest stats of all time is Drew Brees and Tom Brady. They both got selected in the 6th round. So I don't care if Shador got selected 144th in the 5th round. Doesn't matter. If he's really that good, bro, prove it. Be good for the locker room. Don't be about your daddy's business. Be about yours. So when it comes to being a barber, man, go in the shop daily wanting to earn the customer's love and respect. Let it be about them. Don't let it be about you, about your ego, about what videos you want to put out. None of that stuff. Don't let it be about your Instagram followers. Instagram, and I've said this a lot, but people need to hear it. Instagram followers does not equal clients. Likes don't mean paycheck. If you want to be an Instagram celebrity, fine, do that. But if you want to be a barber who earns 6 figures a year, you got to put in the work with clients, with real life people in your community. And you won't do it by being rude, by being an ego-driven maniac. It just won't happen that way. So I think the humbling of Shador Sanders can relate to barbering and the fact that some people who think that they're just all that and sick with it, they need to be brought down a peg. Look, man, I'm not the perfect barber. I know I'm good with what I do. My customers like me. I'm good at what I do. I'm not perfect. Nobody is. We'll just leave that there. Nobody's perfect. So, just for food for thought, what do you guys think? Comment down below. Love to hear from you. But yeah, let me know. Do you guys want to see a barber station build? All that stuff? I can make that happen. And I don't know, man. I just love doing this. I got some more reviews coming out soon. And more to come. Thanks, guys. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please click that like button, subscribe, share this with your barber friends. Let's get this community growing. Let's keep those comments humble and kind, and as always, I'll check you guys in the next one.